Hi guys, and welcome to yet another edition of News in Brief on Vantage TV, where you get a quick update on the stories that made the rounds within the week. My name is Anita Macaulay. Let's get started. On the national news, recall that Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari in December 2020 gave the directive for the commencement and implementation of the NIM SIM linkage exercise as part of the administration's security and social policies. Several extensions and 60 months later, restrictive measures against non-compliance took effect as network subscriber SIMs not linked to a valid national identification number were promptly barred from placing calls from Monday, the 4th of April 2022. Following this, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Isa Ali Pantami, emphasized that the NIN remains a precondition for service in telcos, banks, the Nigerian Immigration Service, and several other government agencies. The affected consumers have since been advised to link their SIMs to their NINs without further delay through the channels provided by NIMC and the telcos. Nigeria's Presidential Steering Committee (PSC) on COVID-19 on Wednesday released its review of the country's response to the viral pandemic. According to the chairman of the committee, Mr. Boss Mustafa, the decision followed the reduced risk of importation of new variants, availability of vaccines, and the increasing number of vaccinated persons in Nigeria and across the globe. To this end, he stated that the nationwide curfew imposed from midnight to 4 a.m. has been lifted, as well as restrictions on parties and concerts. Also adding that the limiting of Nigerians to only essential travels had equally been lifted. He urged citizens to continually comply with existing safety protocols such as the use of face masks in public, regular hand washing, and social distancing to further curtail the spread of the virus. On Tuesday, the 2022 National Human Rights Commission bill, set up to address inadequate funding towards National Human Rights Commission, was passed into law. The bill, which repeals and enacts the National Human Rights Commission Act of 2004, succeeded in making provisions for the National Human Rights Fund in Nigeria's annual budget. When established, the fund will be used for interventions in sexual and gender-based violence, as well as other unforeseen human rights violations in the country. On the international news, as disturbing visuals of several slain on the streets of Bucha in Ukraine top the list of the recent war atrocities allegedly undertaken by Russian troops in Ukraine, statements from the Kremlin this week have steadily refuted the claims as fake news, describing the gruesome scenes near Kiev's capital as a monstrous forgery. The Russian government maintained that its forces withdrew from Bucha on the 30th March, though the Ukrainian government claimed the massacre took place during the early hours of the 31st of March 2022. Even as nations across the globe continue to condemn Russian killings in Ukraine, investigations over the incidents in Bucha, however, remain ongoing. Burkina Faso's former president Blaise Compaoré has received a life sentence for his role in the assassination of his charismatic predecessor, Thomas Sankara. The prosecution said Sankara, who was aged 37, was lured to his death and gunned down during the 1987 coup d'etat that brought Compaoré to power. Compaoré, who received his sentence in absentia, had been one of Sankara's closest friends and political allies. The former president, who had taken Ivorian nationality, had been living in exile in Ivory Coast, was removed from office following heated protests in 2014. After a 35-year wait for justice by his family and supporters, it was reported that the verdict was greeted by applause in the courtroom. It is interesting to note that while in power, Thomas Sankara changed the name of his country from its colonial title, Upper Volta, to Burkina Faso, meaning the land of honest people. Becoming the company's single largest stakeholder, Musk has purchased a 9.2% interest in the platform, which is worth over $3 billion. The investment, which raised shares in the platform by a quarter, which is more than Twitter had ever made in direct earnings, has given Elon Musk a seat on the media's company board of directors as a Class 2 director. Alright guys, that's it on the national and international news on Vantage TV's News in Brief. Well, coming up shortly, entertainment news. Stay tuned. Hi guys,
guys, I'm Lifa and you're welcome to Entertainment on the News in Brief, where I bring you the juiciest stories that made the rounds this week. Let's get right into it. First, we take on the Grammys. Naomi Campbell slams Grammys over Wizkid. International model Naomi Campbell has called out the Recording Academy on social media for ignoring Nigerian artist Wizkid at the 64th Grammy Awards, where he lost his nominations for Best Global Music Album and Performance. According to Naomi, Essence by Wizkid was nominated in the wrong category for the Grammy Awards and should have been nominated in the Song of the Year category. She named Wizkid an undisputed winner and Made in Lagos a beyond phenomenal album before referring to the Grammys as being tone deaf. She subsequently accused the awards of not giving Afrobeats well-deserved recognition. As usual, there is more. Yemi Alade justifies Kidjo's win at the Grammys. Following outbursts from Wizkid's fans over his loss to Angelique Kidjo in the Best Global Music Album category, Nigerian Afropop singer Yemi Eberechi Alade has explained why the album Mother Nature by Beninese legend Angelique Kidjo deserved to win at the 64th Grammy Awards ceremony. According to her, the album celebrated Africans and their uniqueness, victims of the EndSARS protests and climate change. She promptly called on music lovers to drop empty expectations and enjoy the good music offered in the album. Note that Yemi Alade is now a Grammy winner courtesy of her collaboration with Angelique on the winning album. Yes, so still on the Grammys, Angelique Kidjo locks IG comment section due to online bullying over Grammy win. Following her big 5th Grammy win over in the Best Global Music Album category, the veterans comment section has been where the post-Grammy showdown has been going down. Due to an influx of trolls coming after her since their fave did not win the category, the music star has since locked her comment section, ridding herself of all that negativity. Well, Mama says bad energy stay far away. Away from the Grammys for now and on to the next, wedding bells are ringing. Mr. Dominic is engaged. Since the big reveal on Boxing Day 2020, when the Nollywood star threw social media into a frenzy upon unveiling her beau as Fidelis Anosike, it's now official that the pair are engaged. Yes, it's official with a bling to show as Nollywood movie goddess Rita Dominic is all set to walk down the aisle with her sweetheart, and reports have it that the big day is only a week's away. Yay! Another celebrity wedding incoming as M.I. Agbaga announces his engagement. Nigerian rapper M.I. Agbaga earlier this week announced to the world his engagement to the beautiful Eniola Mafe. Taking to Instagram to show off his heartthrob in a heartwarming video that summarized their entire relationship, he also revealed with pre-wedding shots that they will be getting married pretty soon. And so, let the countdown to The Incredibles 2022 begin. Game of Thrones spin-off gets a premiere date. GOT lovers, get in here. HBO has finally announced the long-awaited Game of Thrones spin-off House of Dragons release date. The streaming platform confirmed via Twitter on Wednesday that the prequel will premiere exclusively on HBO Max later in August. The prequel is set to be centered around the 300-year reign of House Targaryen. And here's the funniest thing we saw this week. Until next time, that's it for entertainment, but sit back, relax, sports comes right up.
Hello sports lovers, welcome to Sports on the News in Brief. I am Emilio Menasubstance and these are the top stories. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Wednesday stated that he does not believe transgender women should compete in female sporting events, as he does not think that biological males should be competing in women's sports. Centering around inclusion, sporting fairness and safety in women's sport, the issue of transgender athletes has been in focus in recent weeks. Spearheading the discussions has been the case of transgender cyclist Emily Bridges, who was recently ruled ineligible to compete now as a woman in a women's race by cycling's world governing body, the UCI. And now football, and in the Premier League. Sean Dyche's halftime team talk apparently inspired Burnley to a 3-2 win over Frank Lampard's Everton on Wednesday night, as Everton was clearly leading 2-1 before the break. However, a goal from Jay Rodriguez and Maxwell Cornet's winner 5 minutes from time turned the tide for Burnley, who are now just 1 point behind the relegation rivals in the table. And in the Champions League, Benzema scored a hat-trick on Wednesday night to put Real Madrid in command following the quarter-final first leg at Stamford Bridge. The 34-year-old French striker, whose 3 goals sunk PSG in the last 16, punished holders Chelsea with 2 magnificent headers in the space of 3 minutes midway through the first half, with his third following Mendy's poor clearance few seconds after the restart. The win puts Real Madrid in command of the tie before the second leg at the Bernabeu next Tuesday. German champions Bayern were stunned in Wednesday's Champions League quarter-final first leg match against Villarreal as ex-Bournemouth striker Arnold Danjuma scored from close range to give the Yellow Submarines the lead inside 10 minutes. During the game, Bayern's Robert Lewandowski, who has scored 51 goals for club and country this season, was kept quiet by a well-organized Villarreal defense. And in golf, Augusta National Chairman Fred Ridley has said that American Phil Mickelson was not stopped from playing this year's Masters because of his controversial comments surrounding the breakaway Saudi Super League. The 51-year-old Mickelson, a three-time champion, is not playing for the first time in 28 years as he's taking a break from golf after apologizing for his criticism of Saudi Arabia's regime. Still talking golf. After suffering life-threatening injuries in a car crash 14 months ago, five-time world champion Tiger Woods made his return to grace the greens in this week's Masters. However, Woods had to play 9 holes on Wednesday before officially confirming the decision. Tiger Woods has since stated his confidence toward equaling Jack Nicklaus' 6th victory record, boasting that he wouldn't show up to an event unless he thinks he can win it. And that's sports on the News in Brief. Follow Vantage TV for all the news, sports, and entertainment. I am Emilio Menesubstance. Till I return next week, remember to like, share, and subscribe.